Hello, welcome to the Q, Operation Thunderball. It is turn 14, January 43. And this is the British Commonwealth build here for, I forgot the money already, $32. We're building 2 air bases, 1 sub base. It's a lot of bases. 3 artillery, a marine, and upgrading a militia. So that'll be 6, 12, 14, 18, 22, 30, 32. All are $32. FEC, $2, do nothing with it. Sydney was convoy rated for 2, so they have $3, so they'll be buying an infantry. And then we got some convoy rating going on here. So let's do it in order this time. Let's do our tech rolls. Factories and long-range aircraft, and we're both at stage 3 on those, so either one is success. One is a success, so 11 is, sorry about that, I hit the stand. Long-range aircraft, so we'll move that up here to stage 3, which doesn't really help us this turn. I would have rather had the factories, so maybe next turn. All right, so let's move that up to completed, and we'll have to get a new one for next turn, even though it won't be finished. Where did the buys? Let's move on to the attacks. So the first attack, while we're here, and we've got this torpedo boat destroyer here in P-38, and in the chat, I believe Silk said that he couldn't reach there for some reason. Maybe it was because of the combat, so he said move him to P-56. So either spot where he's at, I've got a Anzac destroyer and light cruiser that will either attack him here or here, depending on where he is. So it's the same dice roll, and it's only 1 space difference. So let's look at, we're gonna stay here in convoy raid in P16. We're going to drop this one down to P34 and convoy raid, and then that French sub will come down and do some convoy raiding. All right, we got a coastal sub which can't get away from all those carriers, so he will come up to P41 and convoy raid. And this sub is non-com movement, so I'll leave that there. So I remember to move him. And the French, they move on their own turn. All right, so that's it. There's no attacks in Africa. Let's go up here and let's see if I can set this where we see everything. And that looks like that's about it. Let me walk around the table. We are going to attack Aquitaine and eliminate the Atlantic Wall victory point, or victory objective, strategic objective. Someday I'll get that right. All right, so let me see if this is, yep, this is in view. We got 2 transports in Northern Ireland that come out, and there's a major naval facility there. So they will come out and go 1, 2, 3 and do the amphib. So we're going to grab 2 anti-aircraft guns and 1 infantry. And the anti-aircraft guns, 1 was from Northern England, 1 was from Southern England. The infantry was from Southern England. We will come down here, grab this marine off of Basque, and that will be our amphib assault part. I'll straighten those up as we go in. So that's the amphib part. So we'll send in all our ships. Well, I guess we have to send in just what can bombard there. I don't think that can bombard anymore. So anyway, then we'll move all our ships up. All right. That being said, we've got 2 fighters from Northern England. 1, 2, 3. They cannot join the fight. They will not be in the fight. They will be non-com. That's why that yellow marker's there. All right. In Glacier Liam, though, we do have 2 fighters, which will come in. We're going to send all our units here, which is a mountain, another anti-aircraft gun, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 infantry. We got a fighter off this carrier, so we'll have 3 fighters, all these infantry units, bombard, naval and amphibious assault, and then everything will close in to fill in the gaps when we're done with our non-coms. And before I get going, I want to mark those subs because last time I forgot those subs and had to do them later. So these subs right here in this C zone are going to move. I didn't mark them. All right, so we can start rolling some dice. I guess all the dice are on the other side, so we'll start with the convoy rating. All right, where can I set the tray here? We can set it right here. Yep, we're in view, full view. All right, so grab my 2 dice. The first one is P41, which is a coastal sub. Now I think, no, Japan did not get radar. All right, so it's just +1 for the red dice. So that will be 1 damage on that line. And I probably did this wrong. I should have sent the Anzac sub over to the other line. That was my bad. All right, P34, 2 to the red dice. So that will be +2 in P34. P16, there's 2 available left, and that's a miss. So I guess it didn't matter which lines I went to. So that's 3 off of Japan, and then we'll see what the French sub can do. All right, so now we've got our combat here. And Japan will have a torpedo boat destroyer. We will have a light cruiser and a destroyer. So let me get, this will be, well, let's make red, the red dice Japan, so I can roll them all together. The white will be the light cruiser, the orange will be the destroyer, and then the red will be the Japan torpedo boat destroyer. All right, so there's a 3. I'll be dang. Nope, that's me. I got 2 hits. Never mind. That was the Japanese ship. So the Japanese ship is gone, and I will be in either P56 or P38, depending on where that torpedo boat destroyer ended up. All right, so that's it for the dice on this side of the table. Yeah, because that was convoy rating, 1 attack. And we'll come over here, and this should be a pretty quick attack. There's just 1 defense in Aquitaine of a militia. I was looking for my dice tray over here, or dice bucket. All right, so I've got, as a bombard, the battleship is at a 4. Nope. The heavy, or the battle cruiser is a 3. Nope. The heavy cruiser is a 2. Looks like we're rolling this out. All right, so I've got 3 fighters at 6. There's a 1, so that's all we needed. Just for grins, well, it's going to be a bunch of 2s, isn't it? I got, what I say, I had 6, 7 infantry and a marine, so that'll be 8 dice at 2. Oh my, and then the mountain, oh, the mountain would be a 2 as well. So I got 2 hits. So here is the return fire of the German militia. Close, very close. So that is it for that. All right, so Britain will go up. What is Aquitaine? I think it's only worth 1, yeah. 1, get rid of that German unit. All right, so sitting in Aquitaine. You know what? How about we have that on the... All right, so I removed the British or the German militia. Now I'm going to stack up all these guys. So that is 6, 7 infantry, 1 marine, 1 mountain, 3 anti-aircraft guns. All right, so that is what is in Aquitaine for the British. Oh, I was going to leave that there. All right, so I've got my carrier moving up and all my support ships, which is a coastal defense ship, destroyer, light cruiser, and torpedo boat destroyer. All right, so we'll have this fighter land back on the carrier. I chose the one without the magnet, of course. Let me find the one with the magnet. There we go. The other two fighters will land here in Basque country. All right, so from up here, from Ireland, these two fighters will fly 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't move the camera again, into Basque country. So I'll have 4 fighters in Basque country. And I don't need to, I think I need to move anything else. Yeah, I think I'm good because I have plenty. Let's move 1 infantry out of northern England into southern England. Maybe that's what that marker was there for. All right, so down here, we've got a coastal defense ship and a torpedo boat destroyer, which will go in port into Gibraltar. We have 2 subs. Let's clear out our sea zone over here first. All right, so we have this Anzac transport here, or will it? Yes, it will. It'll come down 1, grab the artillery, and go up 2 and land it here in British Somaliland. All right, so that's moved. Let's make room for everyone else. All right, so in I-5, we have a destroyer, heavy cruiser. We're gonna bring them down. I'll try and stack them in order here into I-4. That'll be easier to give a count here in a second. So we got our 2 light carriers, fighter and attack. All right, so that is that. I'm thinking I want the tack to land here. No. We're going to leave it as is. Don't change up as you go. All right. So from M8, this fleet will go 1, 2 into I4, and that is 3 destroyers. So we'll line those up here. All right, 3 destroyers. We have a light cruiser and 3 heavy cruisers. And let's not forget about the big boys, the 2 battleships. All right, so let's move these French over there for the time being. So this British fleet is really stacking up here. All right, so they're there. Transport is there as well. That leaves 2 more British transports. One will come down 1 into the Red Sea, grab the Anzac infantry, artillery, and 2, and land them in Aden. And the other transport will grab a marine and an infantry from Lower Egypt and come down 1, 2, and we're going to land them into British Somaliland. All right, so that is the end of the British naval movement there. Now we can move these subs from M2, 1, 2, 3, into I-5 in the Red Sea. Those dice are there for a reason. All right, so we've got a British sub here, and we want to stay out of harm's way, don't we? So they have their planes here, so they can hit these. So we're going to come from I-7, 1, 2, 3, into P-61. And you'll notice that the Japanese fleet has moved here. And we've got this submarine here in P-50, which will come 3. let's see which way did I have that figured here. All right, so from P50 into P51, P62, and then over here to P64. Got that little shuttle place there. So that's good for us. Good for Anzac. All right, so all those have moved and fought, so that is the end of that. So that is pretty much it. Let me double check. I didn't have it marked, but this fighter here from Cape Town, 1, 2, 3, 4 into Aden. Doesn't do any good to build an air base if you don't put your fighters there. All right, so that French fighter will follow. The fighter from Lower Egypt, 1, 2, 3. All right. That was almost costly because I didn't mark either one of those fighters. Always mark your moves. Always mark your moves. All right. That will be it. So let's place our units. But before we do, let's give Britain another point. They go up to 30. Germany goes down to 60. So I'm exactly half of what Germany's bringing in. Of course, they went ahead and attacked Russia, so that's their problem. All right, so I got 2 air bases at 1 and 2, or 1 and 3, and then the submarine base at 2. So let's go place those on the board. Submarine base here. We'll just put it here in Lower Egypt. That's going to give my subs just extra range on the next turn for anything. 1 is the naval or air base in Aden. And the last air base is here in, Basque country. So that, good news about those naval base or air bases is with radar, you can scramble everything. So America planes will come in. All right, in South Africa, or I guess Cape Town, we're gonna have this artillery. This artillery goes to Spain. All 3 of these are in London, the Marine artillery and the militia upgrade. So as we come by, we'll drop an artillery off here in Cape Town. We'll drop an artillery off. Oh, I didn't move that artillery and I didn't mark it. Damn it. That's irritating. All right. Let's always mark. Remember I said that, always mark. So we're going to take one of these militia out of London. So that makes us have 3 militia. So we'll put that upgrade in its place. We're building a Marine and an artillery. All right, so we're going to have artillery to go on the attack. So for London, that leaves us now 1, 2, 3, 3 Marine or 3 infantry, 1 Marine, 1 artillery, 3 militia, 1 paratrooper, 1 air transport. Damn it. All right, I didn't mark it. Shoot. I kicked myself in the butt. All right, so that's what happens when you have a conference right before your turn and you don't mark everything. In C-Zone, what is that? A-29. I've got 2 transports, coastal defense ship, battleship. No, that's not a battleship. That's a destroyer, light cruiser, heavy cruiser, battle cruiser, battleship, carrier, a light carrier with a fighter, and a torpedo boat destroyer. In Albuquerque, Aquitaine, 7 infantry, 3 AA, 1 mountain, 1 marine. All right, so let's move around the board. What else would we want? We probably want to know what's in this C-Zone here. And I think it's I-4, but it's buried. Yep, I-4. So we got 3 transports, 2 torpedo boat destroyers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 destroyers, 1 light cruiser, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heavy cruisers, 2 battleships, 2 light carriers, fighter, and a tactical bomber. And on Aden, we've got 2 fighters, soon to be a 3rd with that French. That's really about it. So, oh, we didn't place our Sydney infantry. So I'm going to chip that out. So these 3 come off. And that will, with the placement, that'll make 7 infantry, 1 motorized. I forgot to count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 militia and a gun. All right, so that is how that looks. All right, so take our money off. They saved theirs. All right, so Britain now is up to $30 for income and 3 for the Suez Canal. So they'll have 33 for next turn. They will get their $2 for their wartime bonus, so they'll be up to 4. Anzac is down to $2. Not looking good for Anzac. All right, so that will be it. I can take all these off. Oh, leave that on. All right, on to France. $6, 2 dudes, 1 convoy attack. So let's go down here, and we will come down 1, 2 into P14 for our convoy raid. And that is the only French attack, so let's go ahead and roll that. Where's the dice tray? All right, so red dice will be the attacker, +2, nothing. Thank you, French sub. The other French sub here in I-12 needs to get out of harm's way. So he will come 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he has to come here. I guess he could be safe there in P60. Yeah, we'll go to P60 because it doesn't touch any of those C zones. All right, so the French sub came from I-12 to P60. French fighter flies from Lower Egypt to Aden. The torpedo boat destroyer and battleship that are French will also come down to I-4 here. And the transport will stay. Do I want to leave that sub there? I think I do. I think I'm going to leave that sub alone. No other French movements that I can tell, other than we'll go back up here. We'll head back to northern Algeria. All right, so that will be it for France. Let's place out their guys. All right, so we've got 2 infantry, and we are going to place them. We want to get them over here as fast as we can, so we place 1 in Syria. I guess we'll place the other one here in Chad. Now we'll place the other one here in northern Algeria. All right, so that is it for France, and their money is still at 6, so they maintain 6. All right, so that will be it. Italy will be up next, and we'll see what they got in store for us. And then we're on to USA and the end of turn 14.